Don't follow others' dreams. How many times have you heard this? Only the kids with good grades will make it in life. If you're at the bottom of the class, you'll never succeed. But is that really true? Today's story will challenge that belief, and it may just change the way you look at success. Our main character is Lena, a young girl who just graduated high school. Her friends are applying to colleges, law, medicine, engineering. But Lena feels lost. She doesn't know what she truly wants. One evening, she sits with her grandfather on the porch. The sun is setting, the air is calm. "Grandpa," she sighs, "everyone else already knows what they want to be. But me? I feel like I have no direction." Her grandfather smiles gently and pours her a cup of tea. "Lena, if you want answers, go meet 3 of my old classmates. Each of them will tell you a different story. When you come back, you'll understand what really matters." Surprised, Lena asks, "Why those 3, Grandpa?" He looks at her kindly. "Because where they stood in class says nothing about where life eventually took them." The first person Lena visits is Mr. Carlos. He lives in a cozy farmhouse with a wide green orchard. Chickens roam the yard, fruit trees heavy with apples. When Lena introduces herself, Mr. Carlos laughs warmly. "Your grandfather's granddaughter? Oh, I remember those days. You know, I was ranked 48 out of 50 in our class. No one thought I'd make it. But I loved growing plants. While others read books, I was knee-deep in soil. People laughed at me, said I'd never be successful. But look around. This orchard feeds my family and half the town. If I had given up just because of bad grades, I would have had nothing." Lena leaves impressed. Success can grow from simple passions if you nurture them long enough. The second person is Mrs. Sophia. Lena is surprised when she arrives at a bright, 3-story bakery with lines of customers stretching out the door. The smell of fresh bread fills the street. Mrs. Sophia greets her with a smile, handing her a warm pastry. "Back in school," she chuckles, "I was even worse than Carlos. I was 49 out of 50. Teachers shook their heads, classmates teased me, but I loved baking. At first, my cakes collapsed, my bread burned, but I never stopped. I tested every recipe, every technique. Years later, this bakery became one of the busiest in the city. My grades didn't get me here, my passion did." Lena feels a spark of hope. Maybe grades aren't the whole story after all. The third person is Mr. Martin. Lena expects him to be the last-ranked student, but when she arrives, she finds a modest little house, nothing fancy. And Mr. Martin says with a soft smile, "You're mistaken. I wasn't last. I was actually the top of the class. Everyone expected me to be the most successful. But here's the truth. I studied for the grades, not for myself. I knew a little of everything, but I wasn't passionate about anything. And when school ended, I had no clear path. Good grades gave me pride, but not purpose." He pauses, then adds something that shocks Lena. "Do you know who was actually last in the class? Your grandfather. He was ranked 50 out of 50. Everyone thought he'd fail in life. But he's the one who proved us all wrong." Lena's eyes widen. "My grandpa? But how?" Mr. Martin smiles knowingly. "Back then, while we were studying for tests, your grandfather was always tinkering with machines. He'd take apart radios, fix old engines, build things from scrap. His hands were always covered in grease. Teachers scolded him for not studying, But he never cared. He was obsessed with machines. And you know what? That obsession built his future. Today, your grandfather runs one of the largest repair shops and machine businesses in the region. He turned what looked like a weakness into his greatest strength. Lena rushes home that evening. Tears fill her eyes as she hugs her grandfather. "Grandpa, I never knew. You were at the bottom of your class, but you're the most successful of them all. I admire you so much." Her grandfather wipes the grease from his hands, smiles, and says, "Grades are just numbers, Lena. What matters is whether you find what you love and work at it until you're great. That's the only way to build a life worth living." From that day on, Lena stopped worrying about being good enough. She chose to follow her true passion, music. It wasn't easy. But she remembered her grandfather's greasy hands, his endless hours of tinkering, and she knew persistence beats perfection. So remember this: your class rank does not define your future. What defines you is your passion, your grit, and your willingness to keep going, even when the world doubts you. Don't follow someone else's dream. Find your own and build it with your own two hands. If this story inspired you, please share it with your friends and let us know your thoughts in the comments.